Let's talk about satire and why satire is so important, especially now. And this comes from the experts in authoritarianism. So it disarms the powerful. That's the first thing, right? It destroys the illusion of strength. It undercuts propaganda and it infuriates the leader. So that's one aspect of satire. The second is it fosters critical thinking, right? It reveals the hypocrisy. It normalizes skepticism, right? It's interesting. We wouldn't think that it does this, but actually does. And it does simplify complex issues because we can reach propaganda is so has infiltrated so much of our society right now, and all the lies and all the outrage and all, with the algorithms amplifying it. So if we can continue to push more satire, it actually diffuses a lot more. It builds collective identity and it acts as a coping mechanism because when we laugh, we feel better, right? I mean, every time we throw a meme up that's funny,
release serotonin and all kind of dopamine.
Yeah, people get it, and they understand that. This is actually recent. I was surprised. People are really talking about why satire is so important. I like this. Laugh like it's your civic duty. Satire, a tool for fighting fascism. And this is an image, and if you haven't studied film, this goes way back to the silent era and after, but 1940s, Charlie Chaplin in a film called The Dictator. So parodists can take apart an authoritarian's cult of personality, point out the rhetorical tricks that politicians use to mislead their constituents, and even undercut a government's institutions, real-world attempts at propaganda. Most narcissists, or all narcissists, hate being laughed at.
Oh,
they
yes.
hate it, right? And he has said as much. And while the erosion of our democracy is no laughing matter, satire and humor have often played an important role in undermining authoritarian regimes. So Charlie Chaplin's satirical portrayal of Hitler in The Great Dictator represented Hollywood's first stand against the Nazi regime. The editor of political humor under Stalin describes the jokes between its covers as folkloric counter-narrative to the official history of the USSR, and notes that the humorous practice was a risky pastime, but it takes courage to laugh at power. So in his second term, we are seeing more and more. Who watched in the first term? Who watched Randy Rainbow?
Yeah.
Remember Randy Rainbow and all the satire videos he did? Oh my gosh. If we have to, okay, I'll have to pull up one maybe next week. But those are hilarious. And one of my favorite ones he did, what he did was he took show tunes and he reworded them. And one of my favorite is Desperate Cheeto. These are hilarious. Yeah, love Randy Rainbow. You have to watch some old 2016, back in the first term, Randy Rainbow videos. Oh, I wanted to, this one part right here, I wanted to go back to.
Somebody said he's still doing them.
Yeah, he is. Not as much, but he is. And I think he went through almost all the favorite show tunes. So he started diverting a little bit to different songs, but I don't think they're as good as the original that he did. But so volumes have been written about human laughter. Most inevitably end up addressing the question of the audience. We laugh with others to show that we're a part of a group. We laugh at someone to show that they're not. We talk about punching up and punching down, inappropriate laughter, polite laughter. The remarkable thing about last week's segments with Colbert, Stewart, and Parker and Stone is that while their shows are financially beholden to the oligarchic corporate media entity, their humor is brazenly directed at it. These entertainers know their audience, and through their comedy, not just recently, but over the years, they have consistently defined authoritarians and their enablers as squarely out group. They've shown integrity as satirist and journalist because, yes, satire can be journalism, and it is certainly protected free speech. And the courts have repeatedly sided with them, stating the example that parody and satire are deserving of substantial freedom, both as entertainment and as a form of social and literary criticism. So the cancellation of Colbert is a curtailment of social criticism in time when it's more needed than ever. Yes, 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 yes. So we need satire. That's why we need to continue to stand behind these comedians, right? Just like we did
Have to.
for free speech, because it got dicey there. So let's go around with comments on that.
There are people who don't understand satire.
Yeah.
So what do we do with those people? I get that some people, it's because they may have some kind of neurodivergence and they just cannot understand it. But some people just aren't bright enough.
And I think, and I'm a comedian, and I'm not famous or nothing, but I really do it. And a lot of it, I think it comes down to if they like the person or not, and the way they're presenting it. Like, my humor may not be good for this person. Everybody don't think you're funny, but if you can sing, you can sing. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you have a beautiful voice, or you can sing, but if I'm in front of you and this person, I may not be funny here. And so maybe they have to find the person that they're interested in order to listen to it. And then some people just don't know what they're talking about and don't get it because they're not that bright. Everybody can't make it.
Well, and that's what my concern is like, I love satire as a tool for fighting against fascism. But when we have a country where people have low, like, reading and education levels, it's harder to get satire across. Because you see satirical
very educated people don't get it. To me, it's very educated.
So
yeah.
It's a mixed bag.
It is. Still, it's important for the masses because I think eventually people, and sometimes I think people do get it, but they just don't like it because it's going against their beliefs, right? I think that's the
right
issue. It's that whole issue around confirmation bias. And if I see something that goes against what I believe, I push against it. And they won't watch it. They won't watch it.
And some people are just uncomfortable with the back. Let me see how I can explain it this way. Like, so if I'm self-deprecating, some people can't stand it. Well, don't call yourself fat or don't call yourself this. They can't handle the information because they're very sensitive. And so those people, they need to, I can't help them.
But why do people call themselves fat and I'm ugly?
Well, if you're doing it, it's just the thing is that it is what it is. I don't understand. It's not about bad. If you're fat, you're fat. If you got on dirty clothes, you got on dirty clothes. Sometimes it's just stating facts.
Well,
don't mean you hate yourself.
That was funny.
Because a lot of people believe that, and I think it's a way to connect. And people feel, oh, sometimes I feel that way about myself too.
Right.
It gives people a way to feel like they're okay.
I feel like I'm fat till I go outside.
But then if you think you're sexy at the end of the day, who cares?
Yeah. But I think going back to your question, Keisha, it's a good one. And I think different comedians might appeal to different people. Like not everyone is a Kimmel fan or a Colbert fan or a Jon Stewart fan. But maybe they like Randy Rainbow because they're kind of into the song and the music and they kind of get that better there.
Or Eddie Murphy when you say, "Would you be mine? Would you be mine?" Remember Eddie Murphy when he sung me.
Some of my favorite satire is just anything Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks or just some of the Monty Python stuff that they do too.
Do you remember the Smothers Brothers? I know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm old and told myself
of that. They got in trouble too. They kicked him off of their show.
I mean, George Carlin, they arrested him on stage, and I go back to George, and George can be talking today, and it's the same mess.
You can say the same thing today. You right.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means.
The other thing too, Keisha, I think if it's not a comedian, that they have an affinity for. I think it's more the confirmation bias. So maybe it's a meme, right? Memes like this 1982, careful buddy, that foreigner wants your cookie. And then in 2025, careful buddy, that foreigner wants your cookie. I mean, this is exactly what we're experiencing with oligarchy. And maybe people can look at that and go, yeah, you know, that's kind of happening. So maybe a meme will catch them.
Yeah, like I love political cartoons and they are just chock full of satire, but some people just don't get it. I'm
Yeah,
like, you're missing
that's true.
out on stuff. Like this is a good commentary on the world and our politics, but just okay.
Yeah. Then you've got all
You
the
had those people
pearl
that come back
clutchers
to
out
you
there.
a week later and say, I just got what you said.
What was that, Jazzy? What did Jazzy say? Dave
Dave
Chappelle was
Chappelle,
doing that
very-
with his
yeah,
skits.
yeah, I love
Okay. So satire works. We need to keep supporting it as much as we can, but multifaceted. We still need to continue to protest as much as we can. So you can do it out and about, or you can do it here online with us, or a combination of both, right? So October 18th, millions of us are rising again to show the world America has no kings and the power belongs to the people. And this, I mean, oh my gosh, let me go zoom back out to see. They are everywhere, everywhere. So you can go to indivisible.org and you can find one near you. We will, yep, Jazzy, I can't wait to. And we're going to, I would like to do another live event from We the People again, like we did a while back. So if everyone can join us for that, but get out there, register if you can. If not, join us here.